everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel and I'm currently studying to take the LSAT. Today is June 7th and I have exactly 8 days left to study before my first test on June 15th. I'm also planning to take one in August, but we gotta focus on June because that's what's happening first. I have a few things that I want to make sure I do this week in order to make sure that I am ready and fully prepared for my test next week, and that is go on ProctorU, get comfortable with the system, make sure everything is working, see if I can take a practice test through ProctorU to see what that's gonna be like. I need to look into the LSAT writing, find out when I can start that. Then I also need to do at least one practice test this week, hopefully two. But that'll just depend on how time goes. Today, we are not doing a practice test. Today, I'm going to review the practice test that I did at the end of my last video, so definitely go check out the video that I just posted. That last practice test, I got a 161, so I want to go ahead and review the questions I got wrong and probably do some practice problems so that I'm ready to go for another practice test tomorrow, I think? Maybe tomorrow. But anyway, with that, I'm going to go ahead, get Khan Academy up and running so I can pull out some practice problems. I don't know if the air conditioning is going to be too loud in the back. I apologize if it is, but I just finished reviewing the test from yesterday, and now I'm going to start the practice questions. I'm just going to kind of go down the list that Khan Academy has for me, and the first one it has for me to complete is a reading comprehension law passage. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'm just going to continue on down and see what happens. So for that passage, I got 7 out of 8 right, which I love. Love that. And now we're going on to logical reasoning assumption questions. Okay, so I ended up doing 2 law passages, 2 sets of assumption questions, some strengthen and weaken questions, and some deductions and inferences questions. So with that, I'm going to call it a day. It's been about an hour of studying and it's beautiful outside, so I want to make sure I get out and enjoy the day before I have to go to work. All of the questions went really well. At most, I missed 2 questions on question sets, but for most of them I got only 1 or even none wrong. So it went really well, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. My original plan for today was to take a practice test, but then I overslept because I was up until 2:30 in the morning last night. So I'm doing a little restructuring of the plan, and I'm going to do some LSAT writing research, kind of getting some details because I really know nothing. I don't know what to expect. All I know is that I have to write something, which isn't much. So I actually got an email about LSAT writing yesterday, but I didn't read it so that I could save it and do it now. So yeah, basically today is just going to be figuring out what the LSAT writing is going to be all about, getting some details, and sharing that with you guys. So according to this email from LSAC, it appears that anyone with a Law Hub account can do a free practice LSAT writing, and it has the prompt that was used, or one of the prompts that was used in 2016. So you can kind of see what to expect, what kind of writing prompts you get on the exam, and just familiarize yourself with the kind of things that they ask for on the LSAT writing. I also don't know like when I have to take the LSAT writing. I think it's a little more flexible than my exam, but I really have no idea. Looks like, according to LSAC, they open LSAT writing 8 days prior to the test day. And it looks like it is supposed to elicit argumentative writing, similar to what you do in law school. And you have 35 minutes to write an essay in response to whatever prompt they give you. Looks like they've got a writing sample tutorial and instructions and some FAQs. So I'm gonna read through this and I'll update you guys in a little bit. Okay, I'm learning another fact about LSAT writing. It's not actually a scored part of the exam, but it's used for schools in order to see a sample of your writing and see, you know, the kind of thinking you can do and the quality of your writing and what that is. So you have to include it in your test and you have to finish it before you can get any score for your test, because that needs to be able to be sent to all of the schools you apply to. The next thing I'm gonna do is go through this tutorial that LSAT put out on its website. It looks like it's an interactive tutorial rather than just a video. So I'm gonna go through that, and that'll probably take about 30 minutes. All right, I worked through that tutorial. I downloaded the secure browser that you have to use for the LSAT writing. Basically, in a nutshell, I can complete the LSAT writing anytime now. It opened up on June 4th. And as far as I can see, there's no like deadline or anything for when I have to do it by. But basically I just want to do it as soon as possible to make sure it doesn't hold up getting my test scored or anything like that. So I might do it this weekend. We'll see. Within the testing, or like within LSAC and the LSAT writing, there's a get acquainted feature that you can practice using the online proctoring tool. But I was gonna do it right now, but then I realized I have like stuff everywhere in my room and I have to clean up and like clear off my desk and like move stuff just to make sure, like for security checks. So I don't really feel like going through that right now and like moving everything in my room. But I of course will do that before I take the test. So yeah, that's where we are right now. I'm gonna try and go in and look at the practice prompt that the email was talking about earlier and see what that's all about. Okay, so I went into the LSAC Law Hub, which I haven't done before. I don't know how I didn't know this existed, but they have some practice tests in there as well as the writing prompt. So I kind of read through it, got an idea of what it's going to be like on test day, and I realized they have LSAT Flex example tests, which is awesome because I haven't taken a test in the format of the LSAT Flex. So tomorrow when I take my practice test, I'm going to be using this LSAT Flex sample rather than the Khan Academy test, just to, you know, check in, see where we're at. I want to minimize the amount of surprises that we're going to have on test day. So I feel like this is definitely the best option in order to gauge where we're at for the next few days. So yeah, with that, I'm going to end off for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's practice test day. So like I said yesterday, I'm going to do the May LSAT Flex exam that's on the Law Hub by LSAC. I can leave a link down below for you guys. This isn't timed, like it's not through like a testing system, I don't think. So I will have to time myself and grade it myself. It says it contains an answer key. So yeah, I don't exactly know what to expect because obviously I've never done this format before, but I will let you know how it goes. This is what Law Hub looks like. I can show you before we get started. So it just is LSAC Law Hub, and it's got a few different practice tests, and it says right here, like, I gotta time myself and I'll get an answer key, and then I'll probably have to grade it myself. I don't know if it'll be like a PDF and I'll have to like keep track of my answers or what. So I'm gonna get some paper, pencil, and just figure it out, I guess. I just remembered that I wanted to do a logic game before I took this test as my warm-up, because in my last video I did some logical reasoning practice questions before I started. So today I wanted to switch it up and try a logic game because I feel like those really are gonna get in my brain working in the morning. All right, you guys, I did it. It was definitely weird doing like an actual LSAT. First it was weird using a different like software because everything looked different. I've gotten very used to how Khan Academy is set up, so to be reading in a different format was just strange. I also thought as I was taking it, everything was a lot harder than like what I've been reading on Khan Academy, or maybe it was just like the topics that were discussed in the passages made it seem more difficult or more confusing. Overall, it went well. On the way this grades, it doesn't give me an outright score. It just tells me that I got a raw score of 56 out of 76. So I got 20 questions wrong. I got 8 wrong on reading comprehension, 8 wrong on logical reasoning, and 4 wrong on logic games. So I'm gonna have to try and find a sheet or like place that will convert that score to like an actual score. So I'm gonna kind of poke around the LSAC website and see if I can get that converted. But yeah, here's what it looks like. If you want to use Law Hub, this is what it looks like when I finished it. So there's my raw score, total time, and then it shows each of the 3 sections. So I did some research, some light research. LSAC on their website, from what I can see, doesn't have a specific table that they give to you to use to convert your raw score into a like scaled 120 out of 180 score. But if you Google it, you know, lots of different blogs and websites and stuff have their own tables and converters. So based on those, it's right in that 159 to 161 range, which is where I felt with my test that I did in the last video. I got a 161. So it looks like I'm right around the same spot. So that's good. You know, we're not doing any worse. I guess I will continue studying tomorrow, and I will catch up with you guys then. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. I didn't film yesterday, but I did just do some kind of research and stuff for law schools, trying to figure out where I'm gonna go, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. I wouldn't say I got very far, but it was still stuff that I had to work on. So I did that rather than my general like studying for the day. And today I'm back to take another practice test. We are going to take the official LSAT prep test number 73, but the LSAT Flex version. And this is one of the ones that's offered on Law Hub. It's the other like LSAT Flex sample test that they have on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get into this. And we'll see how we do. Hopefully I do the same or better than I did on Wednesday. If I don't do any better, that's okay. You know, I'm happy with where I'm at, but hopefully I don't do worse. That's what we don't want to do. So with that, I am first going to do a logic game like I did on Wednesday. I think that worked out really well. I think it was a good way to get my mind rolling. Also, this test was different. When I took the test on Wednesday, I actually did reading comprehension first, then logic games, then logical reasoning last, which I think could have played a part in my score and how it went. I mean, obviously I don't know for sure, but it was kind of nice not doing logical reasoning first. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the logic game and get into the test. All right, I just finished the test. It went pretty well. I ended up getting 21 questions wrong, so one more question wrong than I got on the one I did on Wednesday, but it's okay. You know, you're not gonna get the same amount every time, but it's still right around the same score. And for this test, I was able to use 7 Sage in order to kind of estimate my score, because it was an actual like prep test number that I could pick from the drop down. So according to 7 Sage, my estimated scaled score is a 159. So again, right where I was falling before. On this test, I only got 1 logic games question wrong, which is super exciting. I love logic games. And then I got 10 wrong in both logical reasoning and reading comprehension. I could tell when I was doing it that I was having a little bit of trouble with some of the logical reasoning questions. And like with reading comprehension, there was one passage where I got like 4 out of 6 questions wrong, and I just knew as I was reading it and as I was answering questions, it wasn't a passage that I was gonna excel at. So I kind of had that feeling going in, but I also knew that I had done really well on logic games and logical reasoning. I was like, it could go either way. But it was really funny doing logical reasoning because I actually was recognizing questions that I had practiced with. I think it said that this test was given in September 2014, so obviously it's been a while and people have been able to pull questions from it to use in practice books and stuff. So I recognized a couple of the questions that I was doing in logical reasoning, but I didn't want to like rely on my memory as to what the answer was because I really didn't know what the answer was. But overall, again, it went okay. And while I was taking the test, I was thinking of a few things that I wanted to fill you guys in on. So first was the recognizing questions. That was so weird, and I was immediately like, I need to talk about that. And the next thing was that with the LSAT, I'm not going to know the order of like what sections come when, because this test I did logic games and then I did logic games and then logical reasoning and then reading comprehension, which I haven't done yet. In Khan Academy, when I'm doing practice tests, it's always the same order, but just know that that's not how your LSAT's going to be. You don't know what the order is for taking the test. Next was I'm starting to get more used to the interface of LawHub and doing the test that way, which I think is how I'll take the test on Tuesday. Because I know when I sat down and take it on Wednesday, I was like, whoa, this is weird, but now I'm getting more used to it. And I also really like this one. Really might be strong, but I like this more than Khan Academy because the highlight features are super good. I don't think you can see them when I'm not taking the test, but it has like 3 different highlight color options. It has an underline option, so it's a lot easier to annotate and keep track of where I am in passages and highlight different stuff. So I found myself with reading comprehension like going through with the yellow highlighter and then switching to like a pink highlighter when I was doing the questions so that I could highlight my evidence in the passage as I was doing the question to make sure I was really paying attention and pulling info from the passage directly, which was really awesome. And then the other thing that this interface does really well is that in reading comprehension, when it references a certain line or a certain section, it'll highlight in the question and in the passage with the same color, so you know and you can see and really like it jumps out to you exactly where they're talking about, which obviously isn't something you can do when you take a paper and pencil test. So I think it's really cool that that is part of this, and I don't think it's just a practice thing because it happened on both exams. I'm assuming that's just how the test will be as well. Maybe not, but either way it's a really cool feature. So yeah, with that, that's all I have for you guys today. I'm gonna review this a little bit and then get on with the day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Hey everybody, happy Saturday. I've just been sitting down and trying to get my computer to work for ProctorU. They have a feature where you can test your equipment to make sure it's gonna work on exam day, or kind of check if maybe it's gonna work on exam day. Obviously something could go wrong, so they can't like 100% guarantee it, but you can still run the test and make sure you have everything set up so you're ready to go. And I ran the test a couple days ago and it failed, and I couldn't figure out why, but I was too frustrated to look at it then. So I was sitting down looking at it now, and turns out I had downloaded the ProctorU extension for Chrome, but it wasn't enabled, it wasn't turned on. So I just had to go in the settings and, you know, flip a couple switches, and now it is enabled and I'm ready to go. My computer passed the test. And so with that, I'm just going to do some practice problems today. That's really my plan. I thought about doing writing today, like earlier in the week. I was like, maybe I'll do writing on Saturday, but I don't really want to. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, and I don't know if that's where my head is at, so I'm probably not gonna do it right now. And maybe I'll do it like tomorrow afternoon after work, or just a different day in general. So we'll see. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch up with you in a little bit. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Really quick, if my face looks kind of weird, I did self-tanner for the first time yesterday, so that would be why. It's kind of hard to tell in the camera if it looks weird or not. But, like I said, it's Monday. My test is tomorrow. I'm kind of freaking out a little bit. Earlier in the week, people would be like, are you nervous for your test? I'm like, no, not really. Like, I've done practice tests enough times to like feel like I'm in a consistent, you know, 159, 161 kind of range. But now the closer it gets, and like I didn't do a practice test yesterday, Sunday, I'm just like, oh no. And I know a lot of people like take the day off before their test, but I really took yesterday off basically, and I did really light work on Saturday. After I said I was gonna do some practice problems, because I got super sleepy. I don't know what it is sometimes about sitting down and doing practice problems that just like puts me to sleep, or really any else at work sometimes, is you just sit down to do it and then you just fall asleep. So I did my best on Saturday, but I could only do so much before I just needed to go to bed. And so yeah, I don't know, that's where I'm at, I guess. I'm just hoping that I'm not burnt out and I can do the test tomorrow. I mean, obviously, like, I will do the test tomorrow, like, power through if I'm tired or something, but I don't know. It's just hard to, like, I feel like burnt out, which is weird because, like, I also feel like I haven't even been doing that much. But yeah, I'm gonna take a practice test this morning. I'm gonna sit down to do it at 8:50 because that's the time that my test is tomorrow. So it's 8:20 right now. I wanted to get up like an hour ago, but now it's like, I'm on TikTok, I'm sleepy, I'll just sleep in. So I'm eating breakfast, and then I'll, you know, get water, go to the bathroom, get set up, clear my desk off, and then take a practice test. I'm going to do another Khan Academy practice test because I don't have an LSAT Flex test to use. So that's the plan. Hi, kitty. I don't know where the cat is. I'm just kind of sitting here reflecting this morning on, like, the fact that the test is tomorrow, like how far I've come in the last 8 months since I started this series. I feel like I've come far, but I also feel like I haven't done that much. Like, I haven't improved that much. Like, I don't know. I'm gonna go. I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 8:49, so I am about to begin the test, and I will see you guys when it's all over. Okay, I am halfway done. I'm in my little 10-minute break right now. The first section was reading comprehension, and the second was logical reasoning. And I don't know, reading comprehension seemed kind of hard, so I'm kind of nervous about how that went. And then I was keeping a running list of questions in logical reasoning that I think I got wrong, or I just want to, like, keep my eye out for the right answer when I review the test, because I was, like, torn between, you know, two good answers and I couldn't quite figure out which one was the best one. So I've got that running list so I can review, and I think it'll be cool to see, like, if I was right and I'm, like, in tune with my thinking or whatever. But I'm going to just wait a minute and then continue on with the rest of the test. I don't really want to go to the bathroom or anything because when I take the test tomorrow, I'm not going to have a break because it's only 3 sections rather than 4. But I just thought I'd take this time to update you guys. The results are in. I finished my last practice test and I got a 162. Yay! Super happy. It makes me really excited and confident going into tomorrow. I think I'll be able to get a score that I like, right in the 160 range. Like, you know, I think I'll be able to get a 160. I'm not saying I'll get a 168 or something because I'm not consistently testing at a 168, but I think a 160, a 161, it's definitely in the cards for me, or hopefully, or I think I can do it, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So with that, I'll give you a super quick overview. I got 8 questions wrong on reading comprehension. I got 7 questions wrong on the first logical reasoning. I got 2 questions wrong on logic games and 4 questions wrong on the last logical reasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and look at this really quick. I'm gonna go through this a little bit and then that's gonna be it. I'm all done studying for the LSAT for now. Again, it'll depend on how I do on this test. I know I've said, like, I'm definitely taking it in August, I'm definitely not taking it in August. I think I'm just gonna have to wait and see. We'll see how I feel after the test tomorrow. Maybe I'll do some studying in a week and see if I feel like I can improve, because I feel like you might hit a point at some time that's like, that's how high you're gonna get, like that's as high as you're gonna be able to reach. So we'll just see, we'll see what happens, but either way, I'm super pumped for tomorrow. I can't believe that I've come this far. Can't believe that we're all done studying. Like, that is crazy. It seems crazy. Never thought I'd actually make it here, to be honest. But we did, and with that, I will see you guys in my next video. I decided today, while I was eating breakfast, that I'm gonna do a day of the test vlog, so I'm not going to include anything else in this video, and all of that will be saved for the next video, so keep your eyes out. Definitely subscribe if you want to see that video. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, if it was helpful, if you're taking the test tomorrow too. I guess by the time you've seen this video, most people have probably already taken the test because a lot of people took it yesterday and Saturday, but I'm in the group that didn't take it yet. So I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.